You guys, welcome to part 2 of Not For Broadcast. So, up in last fight, maybe wondering, basically, we were in the news today, and we were censoring an election, not today, but yesterday, and we censored we were doing an election, we kept censoring things, and there was a lot of things, we basically learned how a game works, and now we are continuing, we're currently in it with editing an interview of Alan James, who is this conspiracy theorist, and then Katie Brightman, I think her name is, who's like this very pro-advance, who advances like the government that is like or the government of the UK in this like game world. So let's continue on.
Most destructive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't.
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Advance our radical, and change is
claim.
always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage.
Oh, God.
They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step.
Well, Alan
Advance
James.
now have a
Let's see
historic
how the
budgetary
advertising
surplus,
works.
and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book,
Oh no.
Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Belief
I
juice.
want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Oh,
No,
of
of
course.
course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards
Alright,
with
we'll
our eyes
play
open.
Mr. Snuggle.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
Alright, run to ads.
You know, I think we might do some good.
Trump got
I hope so too,
consequences.
Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
don't want to be left out.
Oh. Well, that's creepy.
I've said a bit of wording, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
Maybe I should have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4.
If that sticks, I'll
3.
destroy you.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with them.
Who's this?
Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Oh God.
Darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
Oh.
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned
Oh,
about.
this is some different
Hello,
type of
Mr.
affairs,
Donaldson.
Gregory.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
jeez.
It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh,
What the hell?
bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped.
Ah,
Delia?
you gimps escaped.
Delia,
Alright.
could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Yeah, can you put him back in the closet until the news is
Can
over?
you give me space?
And then-
Off
And
you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is
Thank you,
certainly
thank you, I
not
don't
the
know.
responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy.
Oh,
Mummy
God.
said,
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said, get back in your games. No! Naughty, you beast, Clive. You
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel
What
there,
the fuck?
really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a swat. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
Please just
I'm
stop
picking up that
saying
you're not alone there,
titwanks.
Tony.
Titwank Tony.
Hard to censor it.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Here's here.
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Yep, okay. What is this?
This one's, yeah?
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up
Okay,
for it, you
it's
know?
a stripper. Right, right,
Inherently
right.
unjust.
Oh, someone's at the door.
So, do
the
you
hell?
tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Oh no!
Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes,
Is that a mariachi
seem to be
band?
losing the signal, Antonio. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony?
Holy shit!
I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and
I think
order.
we've got to start thinking
After the
we're just
break,
being pranked. at this
Megan will
point.
be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Okay.
That went well.
Yes.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will
He's
love
wasted.
that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first
wonder what it
beneficiaries of
says.
the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
I only care about
And teach
Steve.
people about the difficult issues.
Where's Steve?
The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
You
Yes,
fucking
thanks,
go,
Steve.
Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
Why does Steve stare at the camera like that? I just look to the right and I see Steve just staring.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballywell are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So,
Oh my God.
let's have a look at a short
Thanks, Mr.
section
Swear.
of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner?
What the fuck is this?
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh, heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
She loves maths.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only
Why
truly
did you have to
happy when I'm
speak?
eating?
I thought she
Not
was asleep.
today, Gary the Fist.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
Gary.
not today? Who are you? My arm's very cold.
Keep going.
Right. Who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Oh no.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
Oh, yep, here's Steve's shining moment.
My choice to remain.
Yeah.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner, woman?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
Yeah. It's got a very dark
I
version.
guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council
I was at
estate.
council estate for
Life's
years.
pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghosty. Can you Ghosty?
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes! Oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I believe about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Oh, look, the telethon. We'll be doing that. That's like a bonus level. We'll be doing that at the end of this pleasure. I might also do live and spooky, which is like a. It's like you editing like a ghost hunting kind of thing, but it's all like scripted and stuff. Broadcast report, sequence B, sequence 1B, sequence 2B, and sequence 3A. Broadcast stream A. You have received a small bonus. I am no longer broadcast poor, I'm now worrying Geb. The shares have gone up for RS, ND. Oh, went down on PC. Not changed. Government's doing okay on the world. Are doing good in the world. The world loves the government, and Channel 1 loves me. Thank God. Broadcasts. There was one thing I wanted to learn. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go to that. I wanted to go to Russia's. It was the Fallout. It was the Hey Friendship. I wonder what Alan James says. Not Alan James, because it's not Alan James. What Oh, yeah, so I want to know what... I actually want to find out a couple things. I want to find out what not Alan James. Fuck! What thing he says when, Jeremy Donaldson, that's the one. What he says when because he gets, like, angry and walks off. With our things, let's find out.
Well, where is he? In his dressing room, probably banging his head against the wall. Look, it's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one
he's
of the
not even mic'd
first
up.
beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team...
Okay, so it's saying anything. Right, let's have a look and see what they were saying after I had to cut off from them. So we'll first look at Gregory, what was his name? Greg something. Gregory something, I don't remember.
I'm just saying I'll do
Gregory
what I can.
Judge.
Our public
Sorry to interrupt.
Much of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us.
I cannot believe you, Ellen. I would have expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her, Greg?
Oh, trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Okay.
Rise by some thug with a knife.
See what he says. One we cut off from him.
Moral decay. Crime.
Yeah, that's when shit goes south.
Naughty boy!
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I've booked your mother in for a hit.
Bridge club.
Police's position on morality. Bob Hill there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
There we go. In you are. Good boy.
Look, I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
No, naughty boy.
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
Alright, well, that was fast.
Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony.
Nothing else. Alright. Let's continue. Ugh. Different things will happen on the news depending on how you behave at work and at home. Okay. Day 8. Nope, it's not day 8 because we were on day 8. Day 15. A late night. You get to the theatre slightly early and Sam's already there waiting dressed to the nines. You smile widely as you join hands and take your seats in the private box. You certainly could get used to this. The tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You will get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't to your usual taste. It prestigious opera in a language you know for facts that Chris doesn't speak either. Still, the complimentary drinks go down smooth. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in line to get your coats, and Sam has you in creases with a hilarious impression of the conductor, arms flailing widely. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully at you as you both think of Chris safe and sound. When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table in his almost illegible scroll. It says, at a friend's house. It's a school night, so you go over and march him home. You trust Charlie, he'll be home soon. I trust him. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his. Yeah, he's on to it. What's the worst that could happen? Secretly die. He just dies. A call from school. Oh, sweet jeez. You answer. Your family answering machine crackles into life. Who could be calling while you and your spouse were at work? Good afternoon. This is a mission of the Winston family. It's Mr. calling about. Oh shit! Continual movement goes on. I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today and we haven't arrived. I'd like to remind you that either one of those is authorised in advance or in exceptional circumstances for parents to ring first thing in the morning. Please see it. Thank you for finding someone else to explain to me. Secretly, Charlie's been slaughtered, murdered. Day 42. A gentle reminder. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead whip until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, this is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passports to the nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there would be consequences, but it doesn't make it any easier. We work as a team and we are rewarded as a team. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Chris is safe, that's all that matters, to quote. Day 40, no. Yes, day 48. A tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the table with her. Across from you is Chris, and Chris's empty seat. Probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Chris doesn't want to hear you. You look around your room, you make a toast. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here, well, most of us. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Your daughter Susie uses the opportunity to corner you, and you know how much you love me. Okay, there is that, right? I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. You know me and my friends are planning on going travelling this year. Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with money. You laugh. I knew it, and remind you that you chuckle as your 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes. You wish you could say yes without worrying, but now that your mother had to move things in, things like what? Had to move in. Things aren't quite as simple anymore. Just how much you don't get. Only a few hundred. She mumbles as she passes through the strip. It's been quite an effort. Okay, so she wants to say, you're right. We'll make it last. Susie's grin stretches from ear to ear. I think I chuckles. Happy holidays. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you. The mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head, and Charlie takes pleasure in reading everyone's god-awful cracker jokes. The room is filled with voices and laughter. Looking around at your grinning family, your mother whispers, your father will be so pleased. You dab your eye with your napkin. You feel very lucky. Day 53. Nope, day 60. Day 72. A long weekend. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary every year. You and Sam go away for a weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some time alone together where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids to work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle, and you drag your bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answer machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Ah, for fuck's sake, god damn it! Sumia Hush comes to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 AM sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs brimming with excitement, kissing you. They grab the keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the bag. Ignore the message. Fuck it. You sigh heavily. You're going to go, aren't you? The voice behind you makes you whip around and nod slowly. I get it. Your family has always been your priority, but sometimes with work has to converge you to go. Sam pulls you closer and holds you tight, and wave dressing will show you. You unpack in disappointed silence. Day 70, day 80, day 90, day 98. A permission slip. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the advanced go-getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club you told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts a form in your hand. So I can walk straight from school, and Ben's sister can drop you home after. So you refuse to sign it. It's from the fucking government. We hate the government here. Oh, my current wife is selling a kidney. I'm sorry, mate. I just don't think it's the right place for you. You hand the form and like, what? This is so unfair. Why? I know it seems like you'll know soon enough. I work for the news, who covers the government, like, you know. Day 101, a free ticket. Oh, it's a ticket for Alan James's Ride in front of you. Holy shit. Some guys at work give And to me, they can't go. Sam stands in front of you brandishing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really sure. What do you guys think? Shall we go? 3 tickets are 3 tickets. The show is entertaining, but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker, and something about it sticks in your mind. Lying in bed that night, wide awake, long after Sam's breathing turns heavy, it hits you. It was the crowd, not laughing but falling. Middle of the road. Day 110. A profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar advanced logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front. Grab your attention. Best to get over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the advanced government has taken a step forward to fight for equality by nationalising the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country. Partnership Bonds programme ensures that the wealth created by people again as being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 careful select institutions chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Crazy Neil. Super Pro. Thank you for selection. Please transform this one there. The future of the nation partnership falls to the Day 100 and... Day 153. Alright, here we are editing the news again. Different things will happen on the news depending on how you behave at work and home. That was the last one I had. Awfully nice. Day 103, The Tempest. Oh, the weather's quite rough today.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss.
Oh, hi, Mr.
While you're
Bozeman.
powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully.
Check your prostate.
Advert, preferably at the second
Crazy Neil and the George Screws. Oh, yeah.
show.
Just scratch me.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fate.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5,
I think we're
4,
showing on Megan.
3.
Good evening.
Oh, no weapon, Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg Horgensvold and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
bearing their opinions. The formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well to the new future. It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Table for two. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place.
Alright, that's good for part 2. We're gonna go start recording part 3, so back in a sec. I'll back in the next video whenever I upload it, so yeah. I don't have to be epic, but hope you enjoyed. If you guys want to find any more socials, there should be a link in the description below to a few videos back the start of this year. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. As usual.